Hello, Mrs. Finch.
Miss Finch.
I'm from the Regal Greeting Card Company. We have some nice new packaged assortments of cards that I think you'd like.
Christmas cards at this time of the year?
That's our point exactly. You can save 40% by buying the package now.
40%? Well, all right. Come in.
I know you're going to like them. The nice thing about these cards is that you can get them sorted, you can get them 1-2 box, however you like them. We can make sure that we can work something out for you.
They're very nice. Oh, isn't this adorable? This is Keith's too. No! Oh!
Don't make a sound, Gladys.
Defense against the rapist has got to start long before he and his victim are face to face. Gladys Finch made several mistakes, and any one of them was enough to put her in jeopardy. Her mailbox was an invitation, a woman's name. It suggests that she lives alone. She opened her door to someone she'd never seen before.
I'm from the Regal Greeting Card Company.
She has only his word for that. She's invited him in 3 ways already. The gesture isn't necessary. Self-defense begins at home. Protect yourself and your home from any kind of intruder. Whether you live in a room, an apartment, or a house, the defensive steps you should take are all directed toward the same purpose. Protect yourself before it's too late. The name on a doorbell or mailbox should never be plainly a woman's name. Use your initials. Go a step further and add the name of an imaginary husband. Use initials, never your full name, in your phone book listings, too.
This is your new deadbolt lock. It's better than the lock on the door because somebody...
When you move to a new house or apartment, have the locks rekeyed. You don't know who may still have the keys to the old ones. Install strong deadbolt locks. They're available in most hardware and department stores. Never rely on just the key in the doorknob type. Almost anyone who tries can get past those. All deadbolt locks should have a bolt that extends at least 1 inch when locked. On some doors, especially those with windows in them or near them, a double cylinder lock may be best. Check with your local police to be sure these locks are legal in your area. Keep all your doors locked all the time, and never hide keys near your front door. Any intruder knows enough to check under the mat or the flower pot, in the mailbox, and on top of the door trim.
Who is it?
Jackson Plumbers. You call about your sink?
Oh, good. I'm glad you're here.
Install a wide-angle peephole in your door. They're not expensive. Look through it before you even touch the lock. If you don't know the person outside, even if it's a police officer, ask for identification. Phone his employer if you're suspicious in any way. Never let any stranger into your house when you're there alone. Keep him outside on the steps and talk through the door without opening it. You're being sensible, not discourteous. Have a friend or neighbor over for a chat if possible whenever you do let a salesman or repairman in. Do her the same favor when she needs it. Good neighbors are good security. Don't unlock your door and rely on a door chain. It takes something less than 80 pounds of pressure to force one, and almost any intruder could do it easily. All windows should have some kind of device to keep them from being opened far enough to allow anyone to get inside. Most louvered windows are unsafe because the panes often can easily be removed from the outside. Sliding doors and windows can often be lifted out of their tracks. Put screws in the upper tracks screwed in so the windows can still slide, but sticking out far enough to keep them from being lifted. Drill holes through both sashes at a slight downward angle and insert a removable bolt or pin to lock them securely. Ask your police department for further suggestions. Although good locks are your primary defense at home, window grills are a good extra protection. The latest types can be opened from the inside in case of fire. Many kinds of alarms are also available. They can be simple, on-the-door alarms, or elaborate safety devices. At night, keep all your shades drawn whether the room is occupied or not. And day or night, never let it appear that you're home alone. Apartment buildings have some special problem areas all their own. For example, the laundry room, the garage, and the elevator. A rapist could hardly find a more likely target than a woman alone in an isolated laundry room at night. Try to get your washing done during daylight hours, when the laundry room is busy and other people are around. Make a social event out of it. The time passes faster and is far safer. Always have a friend with you if you have to do your washing at night. Years ago, elevator cars were often called cages. Unless you're careful, they can still be cages. Passengers have very limited control over them, and it's not always possible to stop them and get out the instant you need to. Stand close to the control panel. If a man gets on, and your instinct tells you something's wrong, you can easily step out. You should always be able to push the alarm button or any floor buttons to stop the car. You can't do that if someone gets between you and the panel. Always keep your car locked. Have your keys ready in your hand before you get to it so there's no fumbling in your purse. Look inside, back and front, so you know no one's hiding there. Use a flashlight if it's dark. Get in quickly, lock the door, and leave. Parking garages, especially those underground, have all the potential dangers of any other dark and deserted place. Spend as little time as possible there. Telephones are good and faithful servants.
Hello?
Mrs. Kazari?
No, you have the wrong number.
Isn't this 461-7440?
Yes, it is, but I'm Mrs. Benton, and there isn't anybody else here.
Oh, gee.
Telephones faithfully transmit every scrap of information you speak into them.
Does she live on Harrison Street?
This woman might as well open her front door and invite in the first person that passes.
Oh, that's...
In her eagerness to be helpful and courteous, she's given a complete stranger her name, address, and the information that she's alone.
Sorry to bother you.
And none of it was necessary.
Thanks, Mrs. Benton. It's been nice talking to you. Bye-bye.
Hello?
If you get a wrong number phone call, never give any information whatever about yourself. If the caller asks what your number is, ask him what number he wants. Don't prolong the conversation.
Who is it?
Pardon me, can I use your phone? I'd like to call...
Never let a stranger use your phone, no matter what the emergency may be. Offer to make the call for him. If you think it's impolite to talk to him through a locked door, remember that a small discourtesy hurts a lot less than robbery or rape. Keep emergency numbers always in sight at your phone, but never hesitate to dial the operator and tell her what you need.
Operator, somebody's in my house. 1136 Monument. Right, get the police.
Don't assume that second floor windows are completely safe either. They can easily be accessible by ladder, fire escape, even by nearby roofs or trees. As soon as you discover an intruder in your home, get out any way you can. If you invite a stranger or casual acquaintance into your home, the best locks in the world are no defense. In fact, there isn't any defense, except your own intuition. If the guy seems nice, it's no guarantee of anything. Of course he seems nice, otherwise who would invite him home? Even a guy you're introduced to may not be as nice as the person who did the introducing. Before you invite him home, take your time with him. Try to get acquainted. Learn something about him. His work, his interests, his friends. In this kind of a situation, you're completely on your own. Your judgment is your only protection. Exactly what are you going to do if you decide you want the guy to leave before he wants to go?
Oh.
We don't need that one now, do we?
Hey, let go of me. Wait a minute. Wait. No, please. No, please. No.
Valerie gets out of work just before midnight and rides the bus home. She's had to learn a whole series of safety measures because she's so often out alone late at night. She waits indoors until just before the 12:06 bus arrives. While she waits at the stop, she stands behind the bench, away from the curb. It's a good idea to sit at the front of the bus, near the driver. Once she gets off the bus, she needs to keep her wits about her every second. No woman on the street alone at night should ever let down her guard. Carry a good, loud whistle. If you wear it around your neck, have it on a breakaway chain so you can't be choked with it. Or put it on your key ring and keep it in your hand. Just letting people see it's a kind of a protection because it shows you're prepared. Carry your purse or handbag securely under your arm. If you discover that a car is following you, change directions. That's much easier for you to do than for him. If you become suspicious of someone behind you, cross the street. If you are being followed, don't go home. Note where there are businesses open with lights and activity and go there instead. Keep your whistle handy. Never try shortcuts or go through dark alleys, parks, or deserted areas. Don't walk near places where an attacker might hide, such as bushes or dark doorways. If the area is especially dark, use a flashlight. And whenever you're out alone, day or night, look alert. Don't daydream. Anyone who's considering an attack will try to catch his victim unaware. Don't let anyone surprise you. Have your key ready. Get inside and lock the door behind you as fast as possible. Carrying a weapon for protection has several serious drawbacks. There's the question of whether it's legal or not. It accomplishes nothing whatever unless the weapon's right in your hand when you need it. And the most important drawback of all, it's often all too easy for an attacker to take your own weapon and and turn it against you. But there's one weapon he can't grab, and that's noise. If anyone threatens you, blow your whistle, scream, make as much noise as you can. Yell fire. That attracts everybody's attention. If you hear someone screaming, call the police and stay indoors where it's safe. If you're attacked, remember that the guy's probably not expecting you to fight back. Your best defenses are to surprise him, to make a lot of noise, and to get away from him. If you run from an attacker, run to a place of business or even into a phone booth. Keep a dime taped to your purse so you can grab it fast. Use force as a last resort. Remember that most women will never be judo experts, but protect yourself any way you can.
What about me? I can't fight or run.
You have to avoid places and situations where an attack might take place. Always lock yourself in at home. Never go out alone at night. Rearrange your schedule if you have to. Stay away from lonely places. Walk with friends whenever you do go out. And check with your senior citizens agencies to see what other suggestions they might have.
An attacker generally wants to get his victim into a place where he and she are alone. The place he chooses could be your own car.
Right, straight ahead.
Right now, this young woman is virtually defenseless in this situation. It may well end in rape, perhaps in murder. And it was pure carelessness that got her into trouble. A very simple step would have prevented the whole thing. Keep your car doors locked all the time. Driving or parked, every door, and keep the windows rolled up. Whenever you drive, day or night, never let your gas gauge drop much below the halfway mark. There should be no possibility of running out. But if you have car trouble, try to stop in a well-lighted place. Put up the hood, get back inside the car, roll up the windows, and lock the doors. If a stranger offers to help, stay inside and open the window only wide enough to talk. Ask him to call for assistance. If you're threatened in any way, blow your horn to attract attention. If you're driven to your door by friends or in a taxi, ask the driver to wait until you're safely inside. Have your keys ready and lock the door behind you quickly. In spite of every warning, some women ask for trouble. Hitchhiking is the most dangerous way of all to travel.
Hi.
Hi. How far are you going?
I'm going up to the college.
Great. Come on in.
Stay alert, all the time. Lock yourself in, everywhere. Avoid lonely places. If you are attacked, surprise him, make a lot of noise, and run away. But remember, the best defense of all is avoidance. Never let him get this close.